But so you were born. You're from Maryland.
Yeah, originally I'm from Maryland, which is near D.C. for those of you guys who don't know. Because usually I'm like Maryland, people are like, what? Yes. Where? So yeah, East Coast.
It's a state.
It is a state. It is a state. It's a very small state, and we're known for crabs, but not the sexual kind.
That's Baltimore. Fuck Baltimore. I'll say fucking Baltimore's a piece of shit.
That's good. That's good Maryland humor. That's
hey man, if it wasn't for for Baltimore, we wouldn't have The Wire. Which is
true.
A really awesome show.
Or Poe, Edgar Allan Poe.
Indeed, I did not know that.
H.L. Mencken.
Now I can claim that shit, son.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
But what part of Maryland are you from?
I'm from Gaithersburg, Maryland, in Montgomery County, and I was born at Shady Grove Hospital at 7:36 a.m.
But by the way, that was the first time someone said a city and nobody clapped.
Oh yeah, I'm from Gaithersburg, motherfucker! Come on. But yeah,
it sounds nicer than what Wikipedia in your childhood section says it is.
You know what's crazy? So I grew up Section 8 household, welfare, food stamps, all that stuff, to a black father and a white mother, and I'm biracial, but look very white, obviously, which can be
humble
really
brag.
Yes, which can be very very confusing. But
Dan's half jealous right now.
Half jealous. Yeah, man. So I grew up there, and it's weird. It's one of those places where it's like, on the outside, it kind of like looks really beautiful, but then you like take a left, and you're like in the hood, like you're in like a really fucked up area, which is kind of anywhere. I mean, anywhere in the world, there's good places and there's bad places. And me, I never really tried to glorify any of the negative shit.
Would you like a drink?
Oh, I'm okay. Thanks. I drink scotch. Swag.
Wow.
But I only just started drinking. I only drink a little bit here and there.
Well, someone just got fired because we brought this out for you. I never drink.
I'll have this water. But yeah, so I grew up there, and it was not that great.
It was like was it like bad neighborhood? Like did you feel? Well, it says that your mom and dad were
both drug addicts and alcoholics. So my father was addicted to crack cocaine, and my mother she was addicted to pills and alcohol. So I never actually had a father in my life, which is really hard. And then also all my brothers and sisters are, not to get all fucking deep. This is supposed to be like really fun.
No, you think they come here for my fucking cookie game? This is why they're...
Yeah, you saw how high the bar was when you came out last.
Indeed, yeah.
And it's not for my hilarious stand-up either.
Yes.
So it's,
lay it on us,
go
man.
deeper, go home,
okay, so
Mr. Logic.
It wasn't necessarily about where I live, but my actual household. So all my brothers and sisters, they're all black, and they all look black and have black features. And once again, I'm the only one who looks white. So it was very hard to identify when you're raised in a black household with a white mother. And the crazy thing is that my mother was also extremely racist, which sounds weird because it's like, how's this racist chick gonna like fuck all these black dudes? But like, that's what happened. I don't know how it happened.
Well, I mean,
but that's what happened.
I mean, all men hate women, and look how many people we have together. Like we managed to work it out.
Yeah, it definitely works.
Misogyny never gets in the way of...
Was she racist across the board, or just...
No, you know what? It was one of those things where I think, obviously, like... I mean, it's a very confusing thing because some people will be like, well, that doesn't fucking make sense. And I'm like, yeah, I know. Like, I had to live that way, and grow up. And like, and she was super like Bible thumping, like Jesus freak. And I'm a very like open guy. I'm an open-minded guy. I'm the type of dude that's like, I believe in equality for all race, religions, color, creeds, and sexual orientations, like period. And if you want to argue and fucking kill each other, you do it over there. I'm just going to like chill and watch Rick and Morty and fucking, you know what I mean? Like real shit. Like, I'm just going to have fun. But she was like total opposite, and I always think like I don't know how I didn't become a Satanist, like just to spite her.
Right.
You know what I mean? But
it's never too late.
That's true. That's very true. But yeah, no. So I think it stemmed down with her family because I know that her side of the family was very racist. So like my grandparents would never let me like come over. And I'd always be like, oh, please. And they'd be like, no, the guest room, because they were balling and we were poor as shit. They're like, the guest room is not available. And I'm like, oh, I'll sleep on the couch. And they're like, oh, no, the couch, no. And I'm like, oh, I'll sleep on the floor. And they're like, no, get out of here, you fucking nigger. So it's like,
you found it.
Okay.
All right. We buried the lead.
Yes. But anyway, so that was like confusing. Sorry. No, what were you going to say?
Well, what's that like? Like if your siblings look more black than you.
Yeah.
And you're in a biracial household.
Mainly,
so you're getting it from both angles. You're not black enough to be black and you're not white enough. Like you're not. Totally...
Yeah, no, it's really weird. That's what I've had to deal with my whole life, and then leading also into my career because like literally being called a nigger by your own mother, and then going to school, and then people are like, "You fucking cracker white boy, motherfucker!" Like, and it's like, what? Oh shit! What the fuck's going on? You know what I mean?
I better become a successful recording artist.
Yeah, like some shit better go down.
With a built-in audience of 0.
But
people just keep accusing you of co-opting your own culture.
Yeah, I know. Going back and forth. But that's what I did. I just focused on music, and it was very difficult. And so
and you had to focus on logic, not to be corny about it, but you really like Dirk Diggler, you thought long and hard about your
long and
your
fucking
name,
hard.
and you arrived at like psychological,
Yeah.
and then shortened it to logic. But I think that I'm babbling. You're doing fine. Keep talking. but it's like yeah. I mean, that would what other recourse do you have? I think that's where by the way that's where good hip hop and like nerd culture totally overlap is because nerds are like, wait, how am I? It's not equatable. I don't want to make that crime, but like nerds always draw that analogy. It's like wow, you're getting it from all angles. Like you don't know like. That's why we get into like Spock and like Star Trek.
That's real. It's
sci-fi
it's something to escape in, and that's what I used to do. So I love video games. I'm a huge video game guy. So I love like Last of Us and Uncharted, and like those real games you can like jump in and just engulf yourself in. And I used to play those games to escape and to like run away from my life and not deal with it. And then through that, as I got older through my teenage years, I realized that I could do that with music and like truly write. And now here's the real crazy thing is like, so my mom is like this super Jesus freak, crazy racist white bitch, right? But then on top of that, I'd like be writing raps, to try to vent and talk about these things. And she'd be like, "Don't you curse, goddammit, motherfucker!" So she was also that. So it was very suppressive and like it was very difficult, but. I worked through it, and I worked on music. And then when I was 17, I left the house because it was just so horrific. It was so bad. She was just like on so many pills, and I got 2 jobs to support myself. And I worked those jobs for a long time. And it was one in the morning and one at night. And unfortunately, I didn't graduate high school because back then I just there was so much going on. I mean, I've seen my father smoke crack. I've been kidnapped. I've seen my mother, get beat by men, and my sisters were raped, and my brothers were in the streets selling crack, even sometimes to our own father. So it was a lot of crazy shit that I was seeing. But every time I was like, this isn't right. I knew that it wasn't right, and that's where I think everybody else, and I'm not going to say necessarily failed, and I'm not going to try to highlight my family and say the right or wrong that they did or who they went to become. But I think that's what it is, especially within the inner city, in different places where, oh, okay, if I go work at McDonald's and I make $5.50 an hour, or I can go sell crack and make $5,000 in a day. And it's really fucked up, and it's really terrible, and it's really horrible. And when I saw this, I was like, okay, well, don't beat women, don't sell crack, don't do this, don't do that. What you need to do is you need to write about it, and you need to tell the world, and you need to tell the youth that are coming from where you're coming from, to get out of that. And so that's what I did, or what I tried to do. And pretty much
you were good at it.
I was
good
enough.
Sure a lot of people are like, I'm gonna rap about this.
Yeah.
and then they're like, yo,
check it.
Yo,
I fucked your mama.
Crack rock, more like bad rock. Don't smoke it. You gotta poke it.
Yeah, so that
was my
happen,
best rap. I was doing a voice like I was imitating a bad rapper, but my secret was I was rapping as good as I could.
Nice.